Ty Gibbs.
Great little battle here. Kyle's worked real hard to get back in this position. Now on the outside, should take the spot. Ty Gibbs pretty easily that outside groove. Both men will have down the front straightaway. I love the boss man, right? With jump man's on the hood and jump man's in the building. You want to have a good run, and Ty Gibbs is a young driver. He's giving us 45 a great job. I love that Michael Jordan. It's one thing to say Michael Jordan owns a team, but it's
Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the Federated Auto Parts 400. I started late. We're about 30% of the way through the race, but I was at a gaming expo having fun, so I got back and am now doing this stream.
clearly, obviously Ty Gibbs doing a nice job sitting here running 17th, but can't help but think about all the work that Kurt Busch has done to get this car where it is. New team, Kurt Busch coming in, a veteran, done such a good job. Without Kurt Busch's presence with this team, this car doesn't run this fast.
Again, Kurt Busch out with touch-like symptoms. Ty Gibbs subbing for him. Coming up on potential pit stops here now.
Yeah, see how I split the stage, all that strategy.
But biting into your McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich and ending up with a whole pickle slice dangling from your mouth isn't in the line. It's human.
You're packing a giant bag of buttons? Yeah, they're lucky. Oh wow, just some like our Carters.
Gonna be during the commercials. Anyway, race 24 of 36. I'm just putting up some promotions stuff so I can get those views. Richmond Raceway, the 3/4 mile short track, formerly also known as the action track, though it isn't really have that much action anymore. It doesn't race the same way as it used to. Alright, just gotta wait.
Just under 280 laps to go here at Richmond, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about over the next 280 laps on Wednesday. I'm going to call in my man Pete in the back man on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 10. Call in at 9 o'clock on Wednesday. We're going to chat. I'm sure a little Richmond.
I have a diecast of Jeff Gordon's 2000 victory, which is nice.
You guys can talk about Radio Style at the Glen. That's our next race coming up next weekend.
Can't wait for the Glen. Kimi Räikkönen, his first Cup start. That's going to be the big story. It's my home track.
We're riding along with Kevin Harvick and that Hunt Brothers Pizza onboard camera. And just a couple cars, actually one right now.
Ooh, that looks like some good racing right there.
Second is brewing here. Hamlin was trying to get by Larson.
Yeah, the window's open. We see
Harrison Burton pitting. He was already lapped out. Logano just pitted from the lead. Bell. I think that's Chastain, Truex. Harvick. Harvick just locked himself in.
Chastain, 4 Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel, tight in the center of that run, loose in and off. Not the car it was to begin the day.
Cars continuing up the pit road. You have already
Yeah, sorry, Rick. You see Kyle Larson on
Larson up at row. Hamlin, Elliott, Keselowski, Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, Austin Cindric.
Impressive run for Ryan Blaney, who lost a couple of spots on that initial start here in stage 2, but then gained them back with the speed of the race car. So the car still just a little bit too tight in the center, a little bit free off. We'll see how this head-to-head matchup goes between he and Martin Truex Jr., who pitted a lap ago, Parker. And Marty, this is crazy. And everyone seems to come down right here to want to be potentially on this two-stop strategy. You see Chase Briscoe there just too tight.
Just some Haley pitting, Bubba Wallace pitting. Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick.
on the pit road now for 24, which is going backwards. William Byron saying from the initial restart there, this car is just too tight in the center of the corner. The fire off terrible big changes here.
All right, so it's going to look like a yellow. It came pretty quick. Now the
Custer
gonna come to pit road.
pitting.
That really leaves the 47 of Stenhouse. He's the leader of the race, and he's the only guy that really hasn't hit.
Like a bad pit stop for the 24.
And now Cole Custer brings the 41 up. Really only lost about 5 positions. Was running in the top 10 when he recorded a
Got Jacob as a sponsor. That's a Rick Ware Racing sponsor, of course. Stuart Haas and Rick Ware are affiliate teams.
They don't know at this point, Steve, if you can even reach in and work on this for this driver.
Yeah, no, that's one of the issues. So if you open that hood right there, you're going to see airbox, carbon fiber, a whole lot of stuff covering the steering. So it's not as easy as just kind of jumping in there and working on the power steering as we see Truex and Blaney continue to battle. Basically, everyone on the lead lap has pitted with the exception of the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse and the 16 of Noah Gragson. They're going to run long. If they haven't pitted now, that tells me they're going to run probably, I would say, another 20 laps and then hit only once, but it is going to be a long, slippery 20 laps for the 47 of Stenhouse.
Steve, is that the nerve-wracking time for drivers like Bubba Wallace and Cindric to give Byron and Custer, guys who are trapped a lap down right now?
Yeah, so right now the crew chief needs to let
Cindric
the drivers who
got
are
his
lap
lap
down
back.
go.
Yeah, I mean, Byron just got his lap back. Is gonna
Hey, we are up
right now.
47, so that's your target. Use these new tires hard enough to unlap yourself, Dave, and then get in front of him and then concern.
Well, they've got that set of tires maybe saved as well, but what was funny to me wasn't Brian Patty the first one here? The crew chief for
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I need to do some laundry.
twice in the state, so it seems like Patty has always been all over the strategy here. Is now trying the opposite of what everyone's doing.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Brian Patty is basically going to swim upstream. Whichever way everyone's going, he's going the opposite. And when we talk strategy, if everyone's doing it, it's not an advantage, right? If you're looking for an advantage, you have to do something different. That's what the 47 do. You see Logano right behind him on brand new tires. You can see how much tires are worth. It will be a non-issue for the 22. He'll drive right by. But remember, this is for the race lead. Stenhouse Jr. He'll run another 15 or so laps, 20 laps. He might lose a half a lap to Logano, but then when he picks it comes out, he's got to have those brand new shoes on that 47, and it will be able to run really fast laps. Yeah, all the cars that are on the racetrack with newer tires, about a second faster than the 47 of Stenhouse as Logano goes into the lead. Larson just a few seconds behind this 47, third. And Junior, I like this call for the 47 because I think he is the most successful at running the top, which kind of allows him not to really have an issue letting guys go. He just runs his own lane, runs his own lap time. He's not getting bogged down with fresh tires running the bottom. He's not even trying to beat them. Yeah, he's able to continuously run that same lap time, lap after lap. If you're running the bottom, moving over for guys, you're giving up, not only that 1 second to the tires, but you're also giving up 3 tenths here, half a second here. All that adds up over the course of a run. So,
All right,
yeah, if you're going to have your guy out there, you won't find he can run that high.
I got my adrenaline shock.
Leader Logano using the two-stop in the middle of stage 2 strategy.
Stenhouse has been passed for the lead.
On a different strategy, running second.
So I'll open my VC up and we'll see if any of my friends come in.
With a V8? Excuse me. Do you have any V8 SUVs, bro?
Bro, I've got a sick SUV back here. Has your name all over it. Never be ignored at a dealership again.
V8? Yep. Nice.
Buy your car entirely online.
Where'd my phone go?
When you order the new lemon ricotta blueberry protein pancakes with 37 grams of protein, you get a smile on your plate.
And I dropped off my phone at
Download the app
my
and join the
room.
rewards program today.
Wonderful.
If you shop at Walmart, you get it.
I did. Correction, I found my phone.
You save on what you need without skipping on the things you love. You know how to spend a little less to get a little more.
10 car appears to be the fastest. If he won, that would also upset the playoff bubble.
We're no etiquette experts, but biting into a McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich and ending up with a whole pickle slice dangling from your mouth isn't in the line. It's human.
Can you spot the snake? Ready, set, go!
Alright, Wyatt! Come on, Wyatt. If you drop a flag, you're a snake. Oh my god.
No good!
That was a smidge intentional.
There's a snake is Wyatt at this moment in my mind. One of you guys is a snake. Will the real snake please stand up?
There is money on the line. This is no joke. We are trying to get this coin.
Snake in the grass. All new Mondays after Raw on USA.
Alright.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford Proud. And by Applebee's. Help us crush childhood cancer. It's NASCAR Cup Series racing from Richmond, the Federated Auto Parts 400. Joey Logano out in front. He stopped on lap 124. Now Larson has moved from the second. Hamlin is third. And Stenhouse Jr., who stopped on lap 73 at the stage break, is back in fourth. Laney behind him in fifth. Let's go through the field, and we'll start with Parker on this 22.
Right, Rick, and that is your leader, Joey Logano, who I had a fun conversation with yesterday about this racetrack. He turned to me halfway through and said, I love this place and all of its challenges, of course. I asked him how those challenges stack up in this next year car, and he said, one of the interesting things compared to the old car is you can just simply be more aggressive from the start of the run. He said, it doesn't really pay off.
I got my adrenaline shock drink. I need to get a nice energy boost.
4 seconds behind in second place is Kyle Larson, which is really good news because Cliff Daniels didn't know if they'd have a winning race car today. It's still not there yet. What they're working on right here, 1 and 2 have not been as good as turns 3 and 4. Behind him in third place, Denny Hamlin, the owner of
Just hope if I could get the fucking thing open.
Well, just the re-signing of his young driver Bubba Wallace and the continued health recovery of his veteran driver Kurt Busch. How can he do this? Go out and try to win at Richmond? His crew chief, Chris Gabart, told me that's because we've got this. Denny knows when he comes here, he steps in, we can get into victory lane. That's why that's not an issue, Marty.
Hamlin won the last race at Richmond.
Up to 4, trying to get that spot from Ricky Stenhouse. He should eventually be able to pull off that pass and finally get past the 47. Talked to Jonathan Hassel this morning. We kind of debated would they
I barely got the damn tab.
19. Hassel told me, listen, if we feel like we can beat the 19 on speed, we'll match what he does. If not, we might pull something out of the back. But so far, Hassler and
This tastes nasty.
up in fourth day.
Marty, Steve talked about how you can't match strategies and try to better your position. Well, this morning, Brian Petty, the crew chief for Stenhouse, told me, I don't think we have
It tastes like a Sour Patch Kid. Thankfully, it has woken me up more. Anyway, Logano leads by 3.7 over Larson.
From 30th to 5th. I'm telling you what, we've talked about surprise winners in 2022. Almirola would certainly fit that bill. And when everybody talked about Blaney,
I'm also supposed to be retiring this year.
it reminds me of New Hampshire last year. And I just asked the team, I said, is it right to say this is the best race of the year for the team so far? No question. Up in the top 5 might have a shot to win this race. Kevin Harvick off of a win at Michigan, sitting in the 6th position right now.
7th, well, now 6th. He just passed Stenhouse. Yeah, now he gets passed by Stenhouse.
We honestly thought our best shot to win was Richmond, showing that speed today, trying to get that 6th spot from Stenhouse Day.
Ross Chastain has showed he's got a shot to win most everywhere. Looked like it earlier today. Still don't have the car right where they wanted it as now Chase Elliott moves in. So far since that restart, not bad, but just not the speed that he had earlier. Parker.
Trying to hold off there in the 9 car up Chase Elliott. And for 6 weeks in the summer, this was the hottest team in the NASCAR Cup Series until Indy, when they were fast. They were in the top 5, got spun out late. Then they were in Michigan. They struggled for speed for the first time all summer. And then they qualified 23rd yesterday, and Chase Elliott said, we have got to get better. I talked to Alan Gustin about that, and he said, it's a little dramatic. We had a lack of speed in Michigan, but I think today, yesterday's performance in qualifying was simply on qualifying draw. We've got a better car than that, and right now, we're in the 7th position. He is showing that. Behind him, a great run for Brad Keselowski and this 16 and RFK. It's been a struggle this season to find the feel he wants that race car, but this weekend, from the drop out of the hauler, they had speed in this 6 car. He's far more comfortable, and I talked to him just before the race, and he said it's all process. The process of figuring out this car, working with the speed for the first time, and then figuring out what I want in the race.
Hi, Randy Bowman. Brandon at the race. What does that mean?
Here comes the other blue Ford. That is Chris Buescher in the 17, and he's going to make his way to the top 10 once he gets around Stenhouse. He told me, Screw, those changes you made to the chassis, very good. Car is improved. Buescher moving toward the front. Parker.
Behind him is Chase Briscoe, that 14 car who began the season was so strong. Winning at Phoenix, being up front at the Bristol Dirt Race, up front at the Coke 600, but just couldn't close the deal. And then as we got the summer months, things started to go off for this 14 team. And talking to them, they said, you know, it's really just been mistakes. We've been making far too many mistakes, and therefore we've got to clean them up as we head to the playoffs, or we won't be much of a contender, Mark.
Boy, Parker, Martin Truex Jr. came into this race having won 3 of the last 6 Richmond races and saying this was their shot to be able to advance into the playoffs with a win. But in stage 2, it's gone the wrong way. Before the last stop, Truex told James Small, I hope you...
Almirola, fastest car on the track, 11 seconds behind.
So see, what do you do if you're James Small? You got to put it back together here. They all said this is our chance to advance with a win. But right now, Truex sitting in 13.
Well, we talk about long green flag runs and what that does for strategy. What it also does is when you have it kind of the handling slipping away or the track position, it feels like
And that happens, everyone's just going to be going railing for wins. Stenhouse finally pitting. Oh! Damn! Sideswiped the 19.
oh boy, that's the 19.
God damn, Stenhouse, what are you doing?
Ricky Stenhouse, he drove over the box. Now he's going to try to come back on the pit road.
My God. Now gonna hurt the 19, who doesn't need a problem.
Spin the 19 out. Looks like he might have flat got a flat rear tire. You're right, Rick.
Truex's race is ruined.
Came out, tried to come back out on the racetrack. Caught the
Truex's race ruined.
left rear, the 19 going down for Martin Truex Jr.
Unbelievable.
How low they run. Here comes the 47. You see the damage on the right front in front of the right.
Now Stenhouse come into pitting. The lettering rubbed off his Goodyear tire.
Dave and Steve, this just makes the day that they were trying to make something out of that much worse. Remember, practice yesterday was only 20 minutes long, but at the end of that practice,
See, Truex's race.
pit entry, just to make sure the drivers were ready for this occasion. Green flag pit stops. Assuming that Ricky did one, but that wasn't the way to do it there. They'll be out pit road now and off again. We'll watch Truex.
And now you're Brian Patty. You're very frustrated because you're not sure if this is the right call or the wrong call. But here's the view. The 47 just gets on the apron hot. Can't make the corner on the flat. Goes back on the racetrack and hits the 19.
Yeah, so Steve, you can see right
Recchi
here,
Spinhouse strikes again.
too much speed and just can't make the corner. Has to be at the inside of that box. This is a difficult pit entry to make. You cannot see that box until you get around to it. We see a lot of times, Junior, people drive in too hard, miss that box, and Stenhouse was trying to get the car slowed down. And on top of that, Ricky's got a penalty for too fast entering pit road. So everything went wrong.
He just destroyed his race and someone else's.
Until you get right upon it. So it's really, really difficult to get in there with the right amount of speed.
Now all of that talk about strategy and that and staying out and doing all that, you can just throw that away. Because between the issue and the speeding, it basically ended his chances. Marty.
Obviously, no flat left rear for Martin Truex Jr. Here's what he said on the radio a moment ago. And see, that actually made the team chuckle. You know, when you think you might have a flat tire or a tire going down, for him to say, hey, it's handling terrible, but
69 to go.
we are James Small sweating it right now, too, at sitting in 13.
So a couple weeks ago, we heard some really snippy responses between James and Martin. And it kind of took me off guard a little bit. So this week, I spent some time going through more of their radio. That's kind of just the 19's communication. It reminds me a little like Cole Pern. Like, they just have this belief in one another. They poke at each other, and they try to, kind of motivate using that. So what I thought seemed odd in hindsight, with a little more homework, surprisingly, is just the standard, Marty, but it definitely seems odd on the radio.
Yeah, and see, I talked to James Small about that this week. He said, hey, that's just the way we communicate. You have to remember, James Small was the engineer when Cole Pern was a crew chief. That's just the way we roll on the 19 team. Don't take any offense by it. We try to motivate each other through that kind of conversation. Joey Logano up front, 67 to go here in Stage 2 at Richmond.
We love our new neighborhood.
Yeah, great schools, wonderful neighbors, so helpful.
Maybe too helpful. Well, at least Geico made bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save so much money!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
No, don't! Welcome to the fastest internet. On the largest gigs.
Ty Dillon up in 14th. Good run for him. Too bad he's out of his. He got fired.
Only from Xfinity.
You're fired.
You need to do anything, so you can do anything. Think Dad's switching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door, extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life that's beyond Zen.
Alright, come on, isn't it?
It all builds up to this at Darlington Raceway.
The Southern 500.
Kick off the playoffs. Why not do it big? Like Labor Day weekend big. Like Southern 500 big. Anything bigger than the action. And the experience of seeing it live. And that might just be too tough to take. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
Man, it's so weird seeing them run up so far against by the wall up in Richmond.
NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information. All of your favorite tracks. It's NASCAR Tracks in the App Store. Get your download for free. Austin Dillon, we ride along with Austin. A little further back in the field, 2 laps now, running 28. And the pace Logano has put down is keeping 19th on back, a lap down. So he has lapped everyone.
Chris Buescher pitting. Halen pitting.
Now we have
Second set of pit stops.
take place, Steve.
Let's start the cycle again, Rick. This is Chris Buescher. Better drive off that run. We'll see if they can keep that car balanced and stabilized. Give Chris what he needs to outdo this field. It will include Denny Hamlin, who has a great shake problem. They're not going to fix that right here, but they're looking for good.
Byron on pit road. Castle. Logano. And Larson. Cindric. Austin Dillon. Tyler Reddick. Justin Haley. Harrison Burton. Kevin Harvick.
Not a bad run for Kyle Larson. He'll give up a top 3 spot right now to bring the
Reddick with a 13.2. Castle 11.8. Logano at 10.1.
for Larson. Will it be
Doylan a 9.9. Byron 10.6. Larson a 10.0. Alright, Truex 12.5, Leslie 12, Bell, Bubba, Gibbs, Yaley, Eric Jones, Bell 10.4, Bubba 12.8, Gibbs 11.5, Harris Merton 11.7, Almirola, Jones, Blaney, Elliott, Briscoe on pit road, Almirola 9.8, Blaney 9.7, Jones 10.9, Kyle Busch and Custer on pit road. Elliott a 13.1, Kyle Busch a 9.7, Chastain 10.7.
It's truly fascinating that in 2 laps the entire field pitted under green. It just shows you.
And Custer does his pit stop. Pit stop. Harvick managed to jump ahead up to 4th.
Some argument on which way you should go, could go with these strategies, but it's clear here everybody sees the same information because from up here in the booth it looks like the caution flag puts up. I mean, pit road is slammed.
Truex, the first car lap down.
Pit road right here. Got a little fuel spill right there. All right, hand up. So if we go back and watch that on the left side, he doesn't believe he was tight before the tire hit the ground. That's the question, right? So we have seen all year long a ton of loose wheels. You have to tighten the wheel in the air for it to get pulled up successfully and get the nut far enough onto the locking mechanism to keep the wheel from coming off. And you see Jonathan Master right here giving a hand signal to the tire changer. There was obvious concern from the tire changer, but at this point, I'm not, what's the 12 options? You can either come back in or you can stay and take the risk.
Right now, the 12 has a 43-point advantage over Martin Truex Jr. as the running order.
43. Looking at the top 10, there are 3 non-winners: Blaney, Almirola, and Buescher.
Well, there's 2 issues, right? If you have a wheel come off, not only would it be a huge penalty for the team, but you also, you could get down on the diffuser, you could destroy your race car, you could black back in the wall that comes at the wrong time. So let's take a look. We're going to go to our NBC Toyota virtual car here and talk about that locking mechanism that they hope is going to be used correctly to keep this tire on. So put the gun on, take it off. And the first issue is you hope that the nut doesn't come out of the socket. We have seen that happen before. That is how some wheels become loose because the jack name's wrong, right? This is everything you need, right? You see the drive pins that the wheels have to be locked on correctly. That little red locking mechanism, it's kind of like a telescoping pole, Rick. When the nut goes over it, it pops up and make sure the nut doesn't come off. So we're going to spin it forward and we're going to look at this wheel. We're going to position it. This all seemed to go pretty smooth for the 12 car, right? It got hung on there correctly. You didn't have to reposition it, which we're showing right here. It has to happen sometimes. It was really this next step. He's tightening this gun. Both the trigger stopped. Now right there, that wheel is not tight. That nut is not over that locking mechanism. You tighten it a little bit further, now it's over the locking mechanism. It can't come off. The concern for the tire changer is no matter how long you're on that wheel nut, if the car is sitting on the ground, it will not tighten up. There's just not enough leverage between that gun and that socket to get that wheel nut
over the wall too soon. Penalty for Bell.
The ground. So it was a big issue, and now we're seeing another big issue, right? Penalty for the 20th, Christopher Bell, crew member over the wall too soon. So another car that's, unforced error is basically what we call it, right? It's a mistake that is unnecessarily made, and it was, and it's going to hurt the 45 up pit right as well. A little smoke come out the right.
Ty Gibbs.
Oh, yeah, right under the
Gibbs, problem.
Gibbs. Another thing.
Problems.
Logano's cycled, the whole field cycled, right? Logano's putting guys a lap down. Byron's one of them. Another guy as well, right behind this 22 car, trying to keep pace, trying his hardest.
14 cars on 13 on the lead lap. Lapped up to Byron in 14. Next would be Ty Dillon.
Not been able to close the gap to the 22, but the 22 as well has not been able to drive away.
Just point the pin here in the front. That's all I can see. I can't see where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's
the 45 radio. They see a bunch of oil. They're going to push it behind the wall. Ty Gibbs was having a terrific day. That spirited battle with Kyle Busch, but they're going to be over here for the 45 team. Martin Truex Jr., by the way, on the racetrack. You see it. Steve right now still down a lap. He needs to pass William Byron right there to be the first car.
But if Ty Dillon gets lapped, then that's for moot. Truex trying to charge back. Coming around on the outside. The battle for 14th position and the free pass. Here comes Truex.
So this, to me, is maybe the best the 19's looked all day. Yeah, Martin Truex Jr., the way he got a lap down, he was only
Thank you, Garland Hamilton, for subscribing. I like your name. Hello, Christopher Carnahan. Oh, yeah. Yes. He is at the racetrack. I didn't. Garland Hamilton must have unsubscribed.
on the lead lap, leading the race. Martin Truex Jr., the first car lap down.
And trying to catch him to unlap himself. So it's Logano out front of Larson by 2.5 seconds here at Richmond.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yep. Get free Wi-Fi now and streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently. With expanded
Well, that's what happens.
So you're connected here. Not yet. Down here you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, overseas. T-Mobile.
We are just 2 subs away. Real quick, I need to do something in my server, my own private server. We're back. The Federated Auto Parts 400, led by Logano.
Under 39 laps to go. Joey Logano out front. 39 laps to go in stage 2 here at Richmond.
Right here in front of this 22 car. 42 of Ty Dillon having a great run. Best run of the year for this guy. Running that high line all day long. Ross Chastain as well. The next 2 cars can get lapped. This is important for Truex because I think it's going to be tough for this 22 car to get around these guys because of the different lines they're running. That's going to present an opportunity for Martin to possibly get around this 22.
All right, who are still okay? Chastain, the last driver on the lead lap. Ty Dillon having another good run.
But he's catching the leader, and they're on the same pit cycle. So same amount of tires, but Martin Truex Jr. running down Joey Logano, trying to get his lap back.
Yeah, they have to feel much better about the race car. Huge adjustments on the pit stop, and the adjustments.
Yeah, this thing needs to update.
As you pointed out, Dan, this is a real change for this 19 car. Much more competitive than we saw for the first 2 runs of this race. So I think Joey is going to catch the one. He'll have probably no trouble maybe lapping Ross, but that 42 in the high line, Ty's got some good pace, and he will be hard to get around and clear on the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to give this 19 car the only opportunity I think he might have. Right now, the last couple of laps, not able to draw up close to the 22 Logano. He's still the first car on lap down, but it's a major difference with this many cars still on track. Even if he were to get caution came out and Truex gets the be on the first car lap down, he has to start at the back end of the field. That's a major difference versus being able to pass him and get himself back in the lead lap party.
Well, Jeff, you know what that's like behind the wheel, trying to get by the leader and get back on the lead lap. But Steve, I'm going to talk about what James Small did on that last stop. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. under the stall. That's why he had to kind of dart around there. Look at this wedge adjustment they make, and look at the air pressure. The big air pressure adjustment for this race team. And Martin told him.
Guess switch to the top 10 while I'm waiting for this to work properly. The webpage to load fully.
That was actually this stop before they made the big wedge adjustment. Massive air pressure adjustment on that stop. Steve, you got to take chances to get the car better. It may take longer on pit road, but you got to put your driver in the game, and clearly they've done that on the 19.
Green flag racing, you just don't get as many opportunities to work on it. So you have to jump in front of it. You have to have a good enough car for Truex to showcase his talent. Now his concern is right behind him. William Byron has found a little something. He's kind of closed back down on Truex. You see the back of the 19 kind of washing out there a little bit, like maybe the car is fading a little bit. Yeah, the sand's running out of the hourglass. His opportunity to get around this 22 is slowly fading away. And while the 22 sort of stalled out here in front of the 19 and 5 of Larson running some of the quicker laps on the top two cars. I'm sorry. And then also there's William Byron. Now he's starting to run Truex down to pass him to make himself the first car lap down. So he's got a ton of pressure on him right now. Truex does. Hey.
And Jeff, remember how William Byron got.
And we're now halfway through the race. Half of the race. Well, we will be actually when Logano crosses the start-finish line.
On the lead lap. This run better. They've been trying to tell him to stay in rhythm, just hang with it. And Byron's trying to do that. And as you mentioned, coming back on the 19 Truex.
I do believe this is
Now we're halfway through the race. We just finished lap 200.
because it's super slippery. You feel like you're going really slow because you think you should be able to go way harder. And it's this chaos of green flag pit stops. Who am I racing? And it's just there's a lot going on for a driver to 3/4 mile. Going to the short track and settle in, you get in a rhythm, and just trying to run great laps. And we heard Danny Hamlin in the pre-race. I loved his answer when they asked him about strategy. He was very clear. My job is to efficiently run the best lap time every lap that this car can run. The rest of it, that's up to the crew chief. I like him tell me when I'm coming, when I'm not coming. Let me know what he needs me to do.
Larson 1.2 behind.
Every lap is possible.
Truex looking.
Once again, we see the 19 closing in on that 22 of Logano, trying to unlap himself. He seems to be stuck at that 2-car length distance behind Joey Logano.
And he sort of gets close and then starts to try to offset his car up the racetrack, but just slightly. He needs to maybe look far ahead there. See that 42 car in front of you way up the racetrack making really good time? That is where I would probably try to send that 19 car next time I can get close enough to this 22. Also, every time you see Truex when he tries to run
28 to go.
it just doesn't seem to work as well. Seeing a discussion right here about what happened with the car.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs, he's out of the car now.
Gibbs out of the race.
So ending his day, driving the 45 again, substituting for Kurt Busch out of the 45. Again, 4 races in a row now.
You talked a lot about what's going on with Logano and Truex and all that. There's a couple cars up in front of them that are just trying to salvage their days by saving enough to lap. And they are loving this racing back here, holding the leader up. This is like 26 to go, a little breather. Hold that Logano up for a little bit. We need some help.
15 holding up the 22.
Make it easy for Logano to put him a lap down. Logano doesn't like to get passed by anyone, and so he's going to make it extremely difficult for Truex to get by, to get his lap back.
Right, Rick, in the
25 to go on the stage.
Showing that that 19 car behind him is not for position, that he has one lap fresher tires, just to say he's not that much better than you. Hopefully, at this point, as he keeps getting closer to take his mind off that 19 behind him right now, Marty.
Boy, imagine the frustration for Martin Truex Jr. The lead lap right in front of him. If he can get around Joey Logano, but William Byron breathing down his neck to make him not the free pass car. And Jeff, to add to all of that, he has brake shake in the car. You just said a moment ago on the radio, the brake shake is absolutely killing me. So not handling the way he wants. Also the brake shake issue. So walk us through brake shake. What is that inside the car?
Yeah, so essentially what happens is the rotors get a little warped or there's some buildup on the pads. And as you put the brake pressure with your foot starts bouncing up and down on the pedal. Well, that's uncomfortable. But the problem is it makes the car drive bad. It hurts your braking ability to drive the car in the corner the way you want to. The car doesn't slow down like you want to. It does nothing as well as it should if it's not hopping like that. So that's what Truex is dealing with.
So style race normally, right? These guys would all look at the leaderboard. Logano, Larson, Hamlin, Harvick, Blaney.
Blaney's not one. Almirola's not one. Butcher is not one. Keselowski is not one.
Yeah, just a little, hey, let this thing roll as far as I can let it roll. And now the pressure coming from the 99 of Suarez on Truex Jr. Logano still out front.
Hey, Speed, Bob. Today I'm going to show you the easiest way to make your job better. So no break.
Barely stay awake. I might fall asleep for like a few
Laser
minutes.
floor liner that fits perfectly in the front and rear. Underseat storage system keeps your cargo open. Roll-up truck bed cover protects the cargo bed. Bump step to guard the rear bumper, no dual mud flap, and of course cup foam for your phone. Boom, better truck. Hope you were paying attention. Now remember, get all your American-made protection at WeatherTech.com.
Verizon Frontline is built for those we all rely on. Built to prioritize first responders. Built for extreme conditions. Built for America's most reliable 5G network. Because when seconds count and lives are on the line, the people we rely on need technology they can rely on. Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Can I get a big deal cheeseburger?
Roll the cheeseburger.
Adding the pickle fries. Almost done with the Dilly Ranch. Order up. Sonic, big deal cheeseburger.
Dad, which one's your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Josh.
Yes. I'm sorry, but what? I was talking about the types of chicken.
Come on, you know I love all my chickens. He is a really sweet kid, though.
Did you just fist bump?
The white flag is out. A notice to all drivers that the regular season is coming to an end. And now is the time to fight for the final playoff spot. Or surrender.
Get ready for an all-access pass to the world of NASCAR like you've never seen before. The drama, the pressure, the danger, all to become a champion. Don't miss the new NASCAR docuseries Race for the Championship. Premieres September 1st on USA. Running along with Austin Dillon and Coca-Cola onboard Cam.
This battle is just fascinating. So the 99 Daniel Suarez, his green flag pit stop was about 8 laps after these guys. That did move him 2 laps down. But you can see the little bit fresher tires. He's trying to get to 1 lap down. That is a big difference for the 99. For 2 laps down, there's just not a lot of path back to the lead lap unless you get super lucky. 1 lap down, Rick, you can race the free pass, wave around, just a lot of options when you're only 1 down.
And right now, Martin Truex Jr. is holding on to that free pass position. It's a little bit tight there with Suarez. But 13 laps to go until the end of this stage. And we know that at the end of the stage, a caution comes out. That means a free pass is given.
22, yeah, right going out the corner.
Really loose there.
Man, he is struggling on ground off right there. I thought he was having a little problem. Like flat tire or something. He got off turn 4 so slow and low, a lot of wiggles.
Suarez trying to move to the inside to get that 1 lap back. Not able to do it yet.
It's so hard to make this pass on the bottom, Rick. Even if you are the quicker race car.
So Logano trying to hold off Suarez from giving him that lap back. Marty, what about Ryan Blaney?
Well, he likes to go on the stage.
They were sure they got all the tires tied after that last stop. Blaney made an interesting comment on the radio. He said, I think it took off too good. Listen to the radio just a moment ago after that.
I was getting worse and worse. I don't know why it falls off so quick compared to earlier. I can't turn
So, Jeff, that's what we talked about with Ryan Blaney. His struggle at this racetrack is trying to make it better on the longer runs. Certainly what they did here. And look at that. Martin Truex Jr. back on the lead lap. Rick, that's going to be a game changer for the 19.
Yeah, big pass for Martin Truex Jr. to able to get by Joey Logano. And again, points so important between the 12 and the 19. They're separated by 38 points right now as they're running. But
And they go on the stage.
Move by the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. to unlap himself and get back by Logano.
Yeah, he's back on the lead right now. That puts Bo Wallace the free pass back in 15th position. Bo's been able to get around William Byron, who faded really quickly here, like in this little stage. You know, remember, the comment in 22 starting to fade a little bit also. Parker said earlier that he said that it didn't hurt tires to blast off fast. That's what Joey Logano thought. Well, I think now he's questioning that. Maybe the next time you launch on a green flag run, you don't take off quite as fast. Maybe
8 to go in the stage.
a couple of laps, Parker, without trying to lay down such a good lap time. Right, Jeff, and I think another part of that was he kept asking for the car to be loosened up in the center at the beginning of this particular run. He said, okay, it's turning better to the center. But I think at this point, he just came on and said, I'm now lacking that drive off. You saw there where he's a little loose on the exit. Maybe turning too well, just got that car a little too loose on this run.
Celery, that thing's sending me to sleep. Man, Bubba passed Byron for the free pass position.
You're just hitting your marks better than him. That's why you're catching the 22.
Giving a chip on the straightaway there a little bit. Not like that to me, did it, Steve? Yeah, that's what it sounded like. If that's the case, he's got to move down at least a gear. This battle right here, side by side, they've been going.
Almirola and Blaney. Almirola, I just realized Almirola is only 6 seconds behind Logano.
Got their attention. The tough pass right here for
Almirola and Blaney, 6.5 seconds behind Logano. 5 laps to go in the stage, and it'll be 170 laps to the finish. He needs to win, too.
It's going to be given away. He doesn't want to lose his position. He doesn't have to. Hopefully, Almirola understands why he's getting raced so hard right here.
5th, 6th, and 7th, which is Blaney, Almirola, and Busher, haven't won in 2022. We could see
4 to go.
amazing finish and potential win.
It's still broke. Okay, the scoring's broken.
16 different drivers.
So ignore the scoring.
Now Tim's trying to get to the outside. He knows that's the easiest way to make this pass happen. Is maybe get on the right rear corner of the 12. Blaney not able to do that.
Ooh! Almirola giving Blaney a bump.
Man, I am frustrated. Look at this 5 car. They're closing in on the 22.
There you are. I ain't gonna catch him in time, but still. Almirola trying to dive in deep, get around that 10. Almost another bump. 2 Fords battling out for 5th. Blaney needs the points. Almirola needs the victory.
As many points as Ryan Blaney has, if he could win here today, that could lock him into the playoffs. But
2 laps to go on the stage.
now to lock himself in, otherwise he's fighting for every point he could possibly get, trying to stay ahead of Martin Truex Jr. for that final spot.
Blaney's even aware about his position in points. The 10 car, Almirola has no idea what situation Blaney's in. He's just out there racing like, why are you making this so difficult?
Last lap of stage 2. Logano has crossed the line.
Blaney's going to be frustrated. Final lap of stage 2. The distance between Logano and Larson, about 6 car lengths, 7 car
Yeah,
lengths,
as
6 car
Larson's
lengths.
coming down the
Final time
backstretch.
in this stage.
So close, yet so far.
Logano
The round through 3 and 4, Joey Logano will win stage 2.
playoff point, and Logano wins stage 2.
Logano, Larson, Hamlin,
These two,
Harvick, Blaney, Almirola,
Very fourth, guys. Kevin Harvick. Drive to this field, just slow.
Busher,
Let's look at that last week.
Elliott,
I mean, we talked a lot about the Fords of Michigan. Well,
Briscoe,
Michigan, and they are looking
Kyle Busch, your top 10 for the stage.
4 in the top 5, 6 in the top 7, and they're stacked in there, Rick.
Logano, Larson, Hamlin, Harvick, and Blaney, top 5. Almirola, Busher, Elliott, Briscoe, and Kyle Busch, the top 10. Bubba Wallace in a position to get the free pass. Caution came out.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more.
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together.
Just like that breakfast burrito.
So, can I get chorizo?
Yeah, metaphorically, yeah.
Carnitas.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
With bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is it? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
I like guacamole.
I don't really know what we're talking about.
Great.
Sure.
Okay. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. The playoff. You gotta win.
Let me check some stats before I pass out. Again. That's right. The thing I bought today, this. I've been wanting to play Pokemon Platinum, the original, for the longest time. Anyway, I'm still going. I'm texting my friends. No, so remind me never to get that A-Shock flavor ever again. It tastes like fucking Sour Patch. Watermelon. Alright. Anyway, 170 laps remain.
Presented by Toyota. Logano wins stage 2. Larson finishing second. Chastain won stage 1. Logano had
So let's see if they fixed the damn scoring. Nope.
laps. And you take a look at the points earned today through the stages. Most points earned. Hamlin and Larson both grabbing 17 points. More importantly, Blaney 11
Blah. I need water. I'll be right back after the pit stop. I'm gonna go. Need to do some laundry.
Because of the lack of points Martin Truex Jr. has gotten today, those 11 points plus what Truex didn't get, Ryan Blaney has doubled his point total over Truex so far in this race. He said, I don't know where the handling and stability.
All right, I feel more awake.
I just need help with overall grip.
Parker starting from the 22, Joey Logano on the right side of the screen after leading 143 laps so far in this race. Said at the end of that run, that was the hardest thing, trying to get the throttle down. They gave a small jump.
Lane 11.1, Logano 11.0, Hamlin 10.8, Larson 10.2. Larson wins the race off pit road. Almirola gains a spot. Blaney lost a spot. Larson to the lead.
Larson on the game side.
Oh.
Sorry, Mom. It's amazing what you can build on AWS. Imagine creating cool stuff that can make ordering tacos a breeze and let you watch every shot from every player anywhere you want. Learn about investing in the coolest companies and watch your favorite team from the other side of the world. Just imagine what they can do when I'm in charge.
What's Peacock to a Premier League fan?
You want me to tell them?
It's exclusive live matches and so much more.
There's actually a lot more.
It's magic. From Harry Kane and Harry Potter. And the Wizard. British drama from Stamford Bridge and Downton Abbey.
The British are coming.
And with a 24/7 PL channel, the Premier League never stops on Peacock.
I love it.
There's so much to love.
Yeah, scoring pylon still not working. I'm back.
Current eligible lessees with this low mileage lease on 2022 Cadillac XT5 for only $489 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today. For asthma, there's Primatene Mist. When symptoms strike, your airways narrow and there's less breathing. Primatene Mist is clinically shown to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler, and breathe easy again.
My blood pressure is borderline. I can worry about it or do something about it. Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula works safely and naturally with a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals. And it's odor-free. I'm taking charge with Garlic.
This week's guest in Jeff Burton's Toyota on-track car is impressive in every way. A massive NASCAR fan, she observes the sport from a different perspective than most all of us because Colby Garrison has been blind since birth.
Oh.
You want to come over here and check this thing out? Can I lead you? Yeah. Come on.
Oh my God.
We're accelerating. The engine is getting much higher. We are on the
I didn't know she was blind.
Better sense of feel the first time you ever set a race car than most people ever will. Yeah, what an incredible experience for every one of us on this team. Every single person with this crew that met Colby, that experienced that, is better for it. She made every one of us smile, really appreciate it. She was one of the best riders I've ever had, and what was so fascinating is she immediately could feel the things that I thought you had to have years of experience to understand. Great experience for me and everybody involved. Really enjoyed having Colby, and what a special day for all of us.
Riding along with Pace Camp, you're right, Jeff. It was very touching, obviously, and you'll be able to see more of that vivid perspective of a blind NASCAR fan, Colby Garrison. NASCAR on YouTube presentation that premieres this Wednesday, August 17th, as we look back from this Coca-Cola Pace Camp.
You know, a little housekeeping, a little bit of a strategy call by Christopher Bell in the 20 car, so they chose not to hit. They were lap down. And because everyone in the lead got pitted, that allowed them to take a waiver action. If you're a Christopher Bell fan, he is back on the lead lap now, all the time. So this gamble is basically, we need somebody to wreck on this restart, but I love the call, right? We always talk about...
I don't like the race. I don't personally. I've been enjoying the Richmond race. I don't know about y'all.
Would be considered pretty far outside the box, but I like the call with a win in the bank.
Does have a win in the bank. You can gamble here at this short track Richmond. Quite a few are field approaching the Geico restart zone. Larson Logano making up row 1. And stage 3 underway. See if Logano can make that high line work.
Multiple restarts, not this time though. See if he drives on the outside of Larson into 3. Trying to, but Larson's got too much speed. Oh,
ooh, Kyle Busch! Jones! Truex! Oh no, Chastain. Oh man. The big losers in that exchange were Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain. And the 3 cars that got slowed at the end, Bell, McLeod, and Ware.
What do you study for races? What was spring? The yellows we saw were at this point. It was the start of the final stage. Like, everybody was a little amped up, maybe junior, you know, less kind of give and take, because you know this thing can run green, so...
Rear's a little scraped up too, Bill.
Big damage for Eric Jones.
That's unfortunate. He's got a broken toe link or something. Issue with the right front suspension. But one car goes down in the corner, and there's contact in the left rear quarter panel 18. That's Kyle Busch. Kyle goes around. Here comes the 43. As Ross tries to slow down, make contact with the left rear Ross's car. Little contact for the 19 as well up there, guys. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Hard contact into that left rear for the second time with the 19. He was hit earlier by the 47 in this pit road.
Fucking hell, Chastain.
It's hard to see in the smoke, but you are right. We'll see if the 19, but there's so few cars.
So distracted, like I can't even tell who caused the wreck. Is it Chastain again? Fucking Chastain, my god. He's a fucking hazard.
So the 42's on the inside. At least Ross is, Ross believes that the 42 car is down there. Ty Dillon. They go down the corner. So Ross goes into the corner aiming for the middle of the racetrack. And I don't think that Kyle Busch considered they were 3.
Ross Crastain. Oh god, yeah, Crastain. Like, can he go? He's gonna piss. Like Jones spun him out too. Yeah, Jones with the when Jones got into Chastain, it also resulted in getting into Truex.
He's been running the wall since he dropped the green flag and started this race, making tons of time on that high side. One car, Ross Chastain, coming to pit road to keep me left rear of a tire. A little surprised we didn't see the 92 hit Bucker.
Ross is an asshole. Ross is an ass. Ross is such an asshole. Look at me.
He was just too tight in the center for most of his runs in 2020.
And Ross Chastain will take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, get the damage looked over by the team. And by the way, William Byron got the free pass on that particular caution flag. 17 on the lead lap now.
The latest caution is brought to you by Ross Chastain, Chris Gabehart, crew chief for Denny Hamlin.
I mentioned that Christopher Bell took the lead around the back. We have another driver who did not have a very good day, but Austin Dillon took the lead around 2 to 1. So this caution also helps him as we ride on board with Austin Dillon, the Coca-Cola onboard camera. You know, now we talk about how difficult 2 is, and you have to do some crazy stuff. They did it. They got lucky as well. Now with only 1 lap down, I mean, there's a lot of positions to be gained 1 lap down. He's currently 27th. You get all the way up to 18th at 1 lap down. So, here to say it's about 10 cars a lap down. So that's a big opportunity for this team. See,
We'll check in with Marty on Mark Truex Jr.
Yeah, let's listen in on the radio what Truex had to say after that contact a moment ago.
One car, man. Had to lift off it too, because I knew he wasn't leaving enough room for the 3 wide. Sure enough, he did. Look what happened in the next corner.
he'll keep doing it. They get serious consequences for something.
So there you go. Talking about Ross Chastain, they did check the damage, Steve, to your question. James Small said left rear looks just fine, so they decided not to pit here and take an extra set of Goodyear tires. So Truex right now sitting in the 11th spot after that fight in stage 2 to
I swear, Chastain's gonna get beaten up or wrecked badly eventually. Possibly right reared.
Debris that Mark Truex Jr. either ran over, maybe some cover, or what is that?
I don't know if it's car 5 or what, but it's right before the flag stand, right there.
Yeah, right in front of the end, right before the start finish. Yeah, sure.
Piece of foam, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking brake rotor, but now that you say foam, it looks like foam. That's a big difference. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know why we would have a piece of brake rotor sitting right there. So we're going to say foam, and we're going to test it, hoping it's foam.
Here we go again.
Foam. Yeah, foam it is.
Logano and Larson, the front two.
The lead away from Larson on the inside. He's fired up on him now.
Logano's just been rocketing around on the high side. Wonder why Larson didn't go there to start. Harvick to third. Blaney is next to Hamlin, battling for fourth. Eric Jones is now out of the race after that collision. Good run from Blaney off of 2. He's going to clear Hamlin for fourth.
Blaney takes a spot away from Hamlin up to fourth. So it's Logano, Larson, Harvick, Blaney, Hamlin.
Briscoe now on the outside of the 11. Denny Hamlin trying his hardest to slow down this onslaught. Guys just getting right to his quarter panel and nothing he can do to get up the position.
Briscoe around. The 11 of Denny Hamlin. And so Briscoe up a spot now. Eric Almirola puts to the inside of the 11. Denny Hamlin seems to be falling back, the 4-time winner here.
Ran the middle of 3 and 4 to really try to put a stop to all those cars jumping to his outside. Getting a little bit of room here to work. He's struggling with the middle of the corner there. Just not able to get to the center and get back to the throttle.
Mark Truex Jr.
And Chastain's right there.
Ross Chastain right there on his right rear quarter panel.
Recco. Wow.
And Richmond Jr. was eyeballing that replay a minute ago. He said, I think Ross was just going for the middle, trying to give the 42 some room.
Chastain coming around Truex for 11th.
Trying to get out in the middle, give the 42 room. Sorry,
There you go. The bigger question here may be, what's the...
Oh! Bell spinning out on his own.
Looked like Chris forgot a little bit of the apron there on the exit of
I wonder how spin-gatey that was.
Needs another restart.
New tires he just put on. Now what does he do, Steve?
Well, that's really the problem. You know, does he think he's hurt?
Let's do that again.
We'll have to see when we come back.
Another restart.
Yeah, right there, the apron.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online.
That looked very spin-gatey to me.
Now, putting you in control of your finances.
What do I know? I'm not a conspiracy
Get
theorist.
personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, and customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana.
Bill Nye here. Welcome to the Disaster Institute. Join me as I take on 6 catastrophes, each one leading to my imminent doom.
The competition is fierce. You're willing to put everything at stake to try to win. You're going to get into it with your friends. It's going to happen. I want to be the one to steal the show.
Dizzy, queasy, out of control from nausea? Settle yourself with Dramamine, the leader in motion sickness relief. Take Dramamine, take control. And with Dramamine Ginger Chews, get great tasting, effective nausea relief.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. It Zysol. Take Zysol at night.
Did you know that Ashley has more than just furniture? They've also got all the top mattress brands, including Ashley Sleep, starting as low as $299.99. You can even take mattresses home or have them delivered in no time. And right now, when you buy a qualifying mattress, you can get $150 off furniture to refresh your bedroom. No wonder they're America's #1 furniture and mattress store. These summer mattress deals are only for a limited time. Visit the local Ashley store or shop online for better sleep and savings today.
A fork in the pit strategy road here. John
Blaney, pitting. Truex, pitting. Ty Dillon, pitting.
Blaney gave up the 4th position. Several cars stayed on the racetrack. So interesting move here, Dave. Denny Hamlin also on pit road.
As is William Byron Hamlin's car.
Byron Hamlin.
Horrible brake shake. So bad it was popping out of his hands. The car was so tight he couldn't hardly turn it. So had to make a big chance here and take his adjustments. Go to the back of the line here. See if this works out. William Byron, there he is, coming up pit road now.
I like the decision from these drivers. Remember, you know, if I'm Logano or Larson, I'm probably not going to take from the front 2 positions. But with quickly gaining more cars to lead lap up to 18 now, I like the idea of pitting here in a little bit fresher tires because now, depending on the restart, more yellows, you're just trying to have a few more opportunities to choose in front of you. You could maybe do it on 1 stop, and you could do it on 2 stops. So those fresher tires just kind of open the playbook a little bit.
All right, Steve, let's take a look at the keys to victory brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage.
Well, it starts with mistakes. You know, we've seen mistakes at green flag pit stops. The driver can't make them. The crews can't make them. And then, guys, no matter what strategy you're on, you got to help me with the traffic. You're like, you have to get through that lap traffic. Yeah, traffic's going to be real important. Also, with lane you choose, where are you going to go, right? If you want these,
I'll be right back.
maybe go to the
Wait,
top.
yeah.
So you can drive around 2 or 3 lanes on that outside of turn 1 and 2 on these restarts. How you going to do that in that tire man? It's hard to do both. You know, it's hard to be aggressive and keep the tires underneath you, but with a long run coming, you're going to have to be able to take it easy on those rear tires. Jeff, you're a professional. I don't know the answer. I'm not a driver,
But you just have to do it.
you just got to do it. Just got to figure it out. Figure it out. You can do it. We believe in you. It's an interesting situation. Well, we had 153 green flag laps in the 2nd stage. Everyone pitted basically together in a big chunk, twice under green. As we ride around right here, 145 to go.
What a beautiful view, too, by the way. Oh, look at the crowd here at Richmond. Aerial coverage brought to you by Geico. The parking lot absolutely packed. And the grandstands full of smiles right now. Very good short track racing here at Richmond.
Watching the choose for this particular restart, the 22 takes the bottom of the racetrack. Larson in the outside line. The 4 of Harvick was in 3rd. He chose the outside as well. And that 2nd line, 2nd group, Chase Briscoe will restart 3rd in Road 2.
We're still under car.
Got some
Thank
instant
you.
names here in this top 10. Roush boys came to play. Here Almirola. Ross Chastain back at 9th.
Back up to speed. And back underway. Kicking out quickly. Back to 3. Kevin Harvick.
Going on?
And the 18, look at Kyle Busch on the high side.
Yeah, those guys with the new tires.
I heard
Wanted to start
Larson and Logano.
outside, trying to take
And
the
here
lead.
comes Briscoe, Harvick, Buscher, Almirola, Elliott, Keselowski, Chastain, Kyle Busch. 3 wide through 4.
Up into the 5 of Larson.
Oh, that
Trying
hurt.
to take advantage of it. He falls back into the 4th spot. And again, leaning on that 5 is the 14 of Chase Briscoe.
Robbins racing. Ow.
Still fighting for that 2nd spot.
Man, Truex, Blaney, 2 of the cars that pitted. The 2 cars battling for that win, that need that win.
Yeah, the 19 of Truex in the back of that 6 car. Keselowski.
That Blaney's up to 11th, Truex in 14th.
Logano's pulled out on everybody. Good lead right here.
Logano has the car to beat.
Harvick's moving back toward the front again now. With the 4.
Three wide right here. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, the 18. Kyle Busch made that restart work really well for a few corners on the top of the racetrack, but now he's starting to struggle a little bit, and these guys trying to take those positions back from the 18 car. He drove into this 3-lap position off of turn 2 the lap before. He left a man on the first car in the running order who pitted under the last yellow, so the freshest tires of the group. Not a lot, just 4 or 5 laps, but this place, it all adds up.
Hamlin able to get in front of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Now we'll try to get by Eric Almirola. As they stay side by side behind him, Ryan Blaney trying to get by Bubba Wallace. But Wallace making the move to the inside.
Oh, a little contact there. Blaney just moved.
That's for 10th. Blaney, a man on a mission.
You have to imagine at some point he's going to start pushing back.
Truex is up to 12th.
Here we go. They enter turn 3. Bubba Wallace on the bottom. Ryan Blaney drives in the corner. It's right there. Hits him hard.
13th, excuse me, not 12th.
He hits him back on the straightaway right there. Blaney not quite clear.
Just got in front of the 18, and the 18 showed his displeasure. Got back into the bumper, but not enough. Not as quick right now as Blaney is.
It should be short track at the end of the regular season. They kind of like it all 23 weeks of frustration. Bubba Wallace right there, guys. Going off the 2nd place finish last week. A real shot to win. We're starting to see this 23 car in the top 10 about every week. Keeps knocking on the door trying to get that win somewhere other than Daytona or Talladega. Team continues to improve. Steve Harvick getting by his teammate. Briscoe.
He ran right up against the back bumper of Harvick.
Man, like Cowboys continue using that high line. He's not going to catch Blaney at this point.
Could they develop into a championship team much like they did last year? Hard to say, hope so. I didn't know if they could do it, man, but this is 2 weeks in a row that they've had top 5, top 3 speed. Just getting better and better as the race goes on. We don't see many teams really improve their cars throughout the race, but Rodney Childress and these guys figure something out here lately.
Maybe it's the grinding off of the driver's side shoe and then putting a little grease on it. Maybe that's what it was.
A little more grease on the bottom of the shoe. 400 laps, you gotta re-grease the shoe like I have to. Well, I'm gonna tell you who greased his shoes is Chris Busch. That 17 car. You said, the Roush Fenway Keselowski guys came to play. Chris Buescher, 4th place. Guy has been really good this year. Keselowski publicly is talking about how good he is, how good of a job he is, and once again this weekend showing it.
Yeah, Brad said we just need to make sure to get great cars for Chris Buescher from this organization, and that's what they've been working on, and week in and week out, this Busher continues to get better.
Harvick back here behind his 5-car, battling for second now. Just slowly rolling around the bottom of this racetrack. Making a good time doing it. Now to the top. The 5 goes to the bottom. He goes
Battle for second, Larson and Harvick.
his car back to that car, back to the
4 non-winners in the top 10, running 4th,
Heard a shift right
8th,
there.
9th, 10th.
Harvick to the bottom, and Larson drifting up the racetrack, almost up to the wall. Heard the shift once again by Harvick.
He into the racetrack, so we asked him, or you asked Rick, if he'd be shifting. I expected to see a lot of, fifth gear to try to save the rear tires, but now, last run of the race, it's time to go. These guys are shifting, using every tool possible. Whatever they're doing, they're gonna didn't have the run before. He got it back now. He's drove away from all these guys.
More short run speed built into that 22 Junior.
Yeah, I mean, they've been great. Penske as a whole, I think, has been really good at short run speed at Richmond for years. Maybe we'll see if he's got the long run speed as well figured out. He's tailed off there a little bit at the end of the last stage, but great battle here for second on back to the field right here. We're watching it.
Just a tenth of a second separating the 5 and the 4. Larson holding on to second. Harvick in third. Busher, Briscoe rounding out the top 5, and Logano leading here at the third stage from Richmond.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us, to the places that pull us, on roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Turtle, let me try it. Turtle, you got like 800 horsepower of cinnamon sugar. I'm saying it with 800 R's in it. Sonic Churro Shake. Churro. Better.
PNC Bank believes that
So
if
dumb.
goggles can help your backhand get better, then your bank should help you budget even better. Virtual wallet with low cash mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
Kids, 1 year they want all dinosaur stuff. The next, camels. Llamas. So save money shopping back to school on Amazon. Sure that's on a camel? Yep. Whatever you say.
When you order the new lemon ricotta blueberry protein pancakes with 37 grams of protein, you get a smile on your plate. Only from IHOP. Download the app and join the rewards program today.
Welcome to the high-octane life of USA's newest crew.
I'm Austin Dillon, NASCAR driver. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot more fun when you have family and friends.
I don't care.
I watch. Please hope you can catch a diaper. It's like the baby.
We're not blood, but we're still family.
Austin Dillon's life in the fascinating Thursdays at 9.
Of all drivers, why fucking Austin Dillon? Blaney's up to 9th, Truex to 10th. Busher has made his way to 3rd. 2.9 seconds behind, 2.8 now. 2.781. 2.73. Okay, now
For every inch on the racetrack, Bell up almost into the 23.
yeah, Paul. My dad met when I was at Pocono. I saw Paul Swan. My dad said hello to him.
Larson comes down the racetrack just a little bit at the end. He's trying to fill that hole. Larson lost a few positions and he continues to struggle right now. Losing more spots to his teammate Chase Elliott and 10 Eric Almirola. Now 12 with Blaney.
All right.
5 Larson as well.
We saw Briscoe go by the 11 of Hamlin. Ford having a good showing up front with Logano,
Yeah.
Harvick, Busher.
Blaney making the pass for 8th on Larson. Bell's made away on Truex after he had got slowed.
And Denny trying to ruin that party.
Man, these cars are using every inch of this racetrack. I would have not guessed that was going to be what we saw today. I love it, man. It's great to see these cars. I know people love seeing night races here, but typically track just won't get that wide when the temperatures are really cool on the track surface, like they will during the daytime.
This is the warmest day we've had here probably since the last 5 years. To get enough track to get this track where it's so slick that it is advantageous to start moving around.
Marshall is struggling here, losing more spots now. 20th, Christopher Bell. Thought he was in real position to pull off a win here, but man, that opportunity and hope is fading with every position he loses.
Bell up into the 9th spot now.
Marshall just moving around a little bit. Car's wiggling like it's not underneath him.
Larson. Truex coming up to him. Oh, Larson, like I said, Logano has lost some time. Buescher's now 2.2. Harvick's 1.3, 1.4. I'm guessing this is lap traffic. Pylon is still screwed up. Thank you to whoever subscribed. Harvick now less than a second. Buescher down to 2.0. Harvick down to 8.85. 3/4 of a second now. 0.65. Buescher's still kind of in the 1.9 range.
For him to be able to win the race earlier in the year.
He did, but he only passed William Byron with like 5 laps to go. So it was anything but clear cut, but obviously everybody believes in it, Junior, because last stage they both stopped twice. One thing's happening up front here. This car, Kevin Harvick, is running down the leader. We wondered about Logano, whether he had that ball on speed. He fired off quickly. Looks like he's struggling again on this long run.
Harvick won last week at Michigan. Now the old wily veteran.
Well, Jeff, when you went down and had your mayor's talk with the Ford, he had just snapped that 65 winless race streak, and could he go back to back?
Kevin Harvick said it last week. Anybody that counted them out didn't know him very well. That's it. And he does have some confidence. You can say whatever you want, Junior. You and I both been on those long winless streaks, and it gets in your head. It's hard to overcome it. So you take a guy like Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers, that whole team, and you start showing them some speed, and they become really dangerous and get some confidence back. That's a little bit better last 2 laps for Logano, able to run 80s to Harvick's 80s as well. Everybody's sort of running about 80s or 90s right here in the top 5, top 10.
Once they look at the Xfinity fastest lap, Kevin Harvick, last lap.
Rick, Kevin Harvick joined us on NASCAR American Motor Mouth this week on Wednesday. Chatted with us for like 20 or 25 minutes about everything, about the new car, the win, everything. He kind of was leading into that weekend. He thought they were really good at Pocono. He wasn't surprised. That last run, he was a little surprised at how fast the car was out front. And it's just...
See that Logano's able to get a little farther ahead thanks to with getting through lap traffic a bit. Elliott's up to 5th. Is battling Briscoe. Truex passed Blaney.
You mentioned back-to-back. That would be a dangerous proposition. The 4-car out of nowhere, all of a sudden, is a championship favorite with that kind of momentum.
Well, he's a 3-time winner here at Richmond, so he knows how to get to the front, stay up there. And
Also, Logano has only ever won for Penske when Pennzoil has been a sponsor.
Harvick's very old school Richmond. Gets to the bottom fairly quick into one. Super tight to the yellow.
I mean, Harvick, he knows old school Richmond. He swept, he won there 06.
So what Logano was talking about, what his car does when he gets in dirty air. Well, that also means that's probably what Harvick's car does. So when his spotter, Coleman Presley, said, hey, this is what the four is doing. This is the line.
Blaney's pitting. Time to split this stage. And these pit stops are going to be crucial.
it looks like the 12 of Ryan Blaney, maybe a little bit early on your strategy, but this is okay coming this early. Marty?
Yeah, I think this was Jonathan Hassler's plan. They felt like the car not going very well for Ryan Blaney. He said the car just didn't go. They had to wait on the left side. That's going to cost them some time. So Steve,
A 10.2 for Blaney.
Hassler get on fresh tires sooner than everybody else.
That's the only advantage you can find, Marty. I think you know new tires are a big advantage. Just come early, force other people, and this
Larson, Cindric, Harrison, Burton all pitting.
He's now come to pit road this same time.
Logano pitting. Harvick pitting.
This car was terrible. It just went way
Busher, Elliott,
Now you see Leader Logano is on pit road as well.
Almirola, Kyle Busch. Let's see what people get with their pit stop times. Harvick a 10.1. See what Logano gets. 7, 8. Logano a 9.8. Keselowski and Briscoe on pit road. Logano will probably keep his lead. Busher got a 10.6.
Close for the 14. You see the fire in the rocker panel. That's what I was looking at, was the fire. Now you see it. I'm sure blow itself out. The jack man, though, is a little concerned of what to do here, Mark. If you look at that fire, that might be a little interesting. But one of the things about that
Briscoe had fire under a part of the car.
he's going to get close to tie down. Has to lock up that right front and then gets into his stall. But we've been seeing the speed out of him as we get this late stage. That cloud cover over shifting. That's really come to life for him, Dave.
Thomas Brown and William Byron make up here at the end. Got his lead, got his lap back. Last run was good. Trying to keep that 24 moving the right direction. And the one is on pit
Chastain on pit road. Reddick, horrendous pit stop of 15 seconds.
first career pole. The car has not been as it was earlier in the race. They'll try to make one last change here. It has some damage back there. It has some damage to the left rear tire, but it may have affected the handling of this race car. You see the wedge going in the window.
We're here in the 42, and a violation on his pit stop. That's unfortunate for Ty Dillon having such a good run.
Yeah, Ty Dillon penalized.
So,
Going back out on the racetrack.
something tells me, Rick, this 11th car is going to try to do the exact opposite of what worked in the spring. In the spring, it was 2 pit stops. And now I believe he's going to try to do this final stage on 1 pit
Anyway,
stop.
Harvick's not far behind the 22. They might have given him a bit of short run speed. Bubba Wallace now on pit road.
Be the play that you would make. Well, I would have to try something different for sure, right? As we see the 23 of Bob Wallace come to pit road, a little bit on the later side. There's also that opportunity. They may just not think they're inside their window yet. They might have a specific plan.
About half a second
The longer he runs,
gap. Todd Gilliland's on pit road.
but remember, he pitted under that yellow. He had the freshest tires of the leaders. And I just have to ask myself, I mean, if he doesn't come in the next 4 or 5 laps,
Ty Dillon serving his penalty.
he's going to go another 25 or 30 laps and only pit once.
99 laps to go. And Denny Hamlin out in front on the same strategy as Christopher Bell, Martin Truex Jr. currently. Logano and Harvick, they've already been to pit road and back off, but they are the only 5 right now. They're on the lead lap.
And why this makes everybody nervous is look on the pylon, right? Denny Hamlin, other than Logano, Harvick, and Buscher, everyone else is down a lap today. So they're warning, these crew chiefs are telling their drivers, hey, the 11's staying out. He's on this strategy. So if you're Elliott, Almirola, Briscoe, Elliott right behind him, hey, I know I'm telling you to manage your tires a little bit, but let's unlap ourselves as quick as we can. Don't be afraid to push for a few laps to get ourselves a little...
Tire life with laps run. Interesting way to look at it. Half worn, but with about... Oh,
This time, I don't know if that was the 11 or if he was talking about another car around him.
No, it's the 11, Steve. They're going to bring him to pit road this time. So what does that do for the Maverick?
Logano's lead is about 0.6 seconds.
One less
on Harvick and 1.3 on Busher.
This time put on the last of two. All three Gibbs cars come the 11 to 20 to 19. So everybody is going
Alan
to
Bell, Truex pitting.
These guys are going to break it up mathematically exactly what's best for their car, Marty.
I think if you're James Small and Mark Truex Jr. see this is really an early play, try and run along, maybe hope for a caution. We'll see what these fresh good tires can do for Mark Truex Jr. All the Gibbs cars on pit road, Parker.
And one of those is Christopher Bell, who we saw spin out earlier, then came on underneath and said it's tight in the center and snappy loose on exit, Dave.
And away goes Denny Hamlin now. He's got that last set of sticker tires on the 11 for the day.
Hamlin got out on the racetrack, and we know that
Gonna run 100 laps.
before the checkered flag flies. Logano out in front once again.
Harvick's not that far behind.
For my job, technology is a struggle. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked on that. Since to give fans the opportunity, I came up with the solution to all these problems. Oh yeah, I can take care of this. Maybe I should have read some reviews on Denny first.
What would you design? Enter for a chance to win. Sponsorfire.com.
Love your work, Danny. This
Oh, hey, Briscoe, big problem. He pulled in and smoke pouring out of the car.
Never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
Yeah, they gotta get a fire extinguisher to put out whatever's going on in that car. Poor Briscoe. He had a great drive today, and now he's resigned. Well, okay, well, he's gonna be sent out, back out. He was in 26th.
So, it's Friday night dinner. All of a sudden, boom. The kid's like, Dad, what's that? You gotta go. Huh? It's a bit too aggressive, isn't it? Okay, yeah, sure, rewind it. How about this? Beg your pardon, but bundling your home and car insurance could save you hundreds.
So Chase Elliott now up to 4th.
Huh? Who? A little girl. I can't go. Well, the commercial. Yeah, I know, right? See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Excuse me.
There's a buzz in the air in Kansas.
Kansas.
Maybe it's the roar of
9/11 weekend.
anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive in the Cup Series and the Camping World Truck Series. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland. Or who else is leading the King crowds. Whatever it is.
I like Kansas Speedway. It's always raced had a very interesting racetrack. I think it races relatively well. Anyway,
89 laps remaining in short track racing right here in Richmond. Watching NASCAR Cup Series racing presented by Toyota. Out front is Logano, Harvick, Busher, Chase Elliott, Almirola. They are the top 5. We're looking at the 11 of Denny Hamlin. We saw the fire under the 14 of Chase Briscoe. Steve, I think maybe some buildup of rubber in there that just caught on fire.
Well, I'm not exactly sure. You can see it all the way up into the side window, right? So it's a major fire inside that rocker box. We saw this in Indianapolis with some contact. It had moved the exhaust pipe in. Both, I think it was Joey Logano had it after the race. 17 of Busher had it during the race. Here's another car with a little bit of a random fire. They made some updates to the exhaust pipe shrouding this week to try to prevent this. I don't know if it's the same issue or not. For Chris Busher, it was this contact right here that kind of knocked the exhaust in, and then that exhaust catches on fire with a piece of the carbon fiber. So it doesn't look the same to me on the 14 as far as, how it's burning, but the results are the same. I'm sure NASCAR is going to have a real look at this 14 car after the race and try to understand what it is, because it just seems frustrating that the car will have to pit a second time to put a fire out. Now, if it's fluid that's leaking out of their own car or something of their own doing, well, that's a different story. But if this is just unlucky piece of rubber ending up in a spot on the car that catches on fire, something might have to be changed in the car design, maybe some shrouding or some screening. I'm sure NASCAR will look at it. Parker.
And Steve, that's exactly what the team told me. They believe it was that rubber buildup in there, somehow getting caught in, near the exhaust.
So there are some vents in that rocker box that the teams are allowed to screen over.
All right, Harvick's right there, less than half a second. And Briscoe's in 27th.
So I don't know if the full team has opted to run that screen. I don't know what their screen looks like, but all of those things will have to be looked at this week because you hate to think that this is something that's going to continue into the playoffs. 32 points separating Blaney and Truex for that final spot in the playoffs. Again, 7 drivers are locked in based on number of wins and regular season points. There will be some more that will lock themselves in after this race with only 2 races remaining until the playoffs get underway in Watkins Glen next week. We'll call that one radio style, and Daytona, the season-ending race. And I think the important thing for today, I know Blaney's ahead of Truex in the race, but the stage points. In both stages, Blaney's got 11 points to Truex is only getting 1 today, so battle for the lead as well.
Harvick has closed the gap. It's about 0.2 of a second between Logano and Harvick.
How many times have we seen these two guys go at it? They're both experts in trying to take each other's line away, trying to make it as difficult as possible to get around. We know that Logano's kind of like the new Ryan Newman of the NASCAR series, making that car as wide as possible late in the race. Here we are again, lucky to see these two guys go at it.
Harvick shifting, continuing to shift.
He's getting closer. Less than a quarter. You're on a quarter of a second behind him now. Or a quarter to a third. Logano's long run speed began to fall off about near the middle of the run.
He can roll off a 2 right here and be close to it. You see Logano starting to drive away. And now he's not close enough to him. Even though he's better right here, he's going to have to get closer.
The other variable that's in the picture now, 2 seconds back, Chris Buescher. What if Chris Buescher wins his way into the playoffs?
That would be wonderful for my friend Aaron.
Chris has had a couple of great runs, awesome finish out in Sonoma. So
1.8, 1.78. Of course, now Buescher has to go through turn 3 and 4.
Work hard, front 2, trying to work really hard to get around each other.
It's going to close up 1.69.
That might bring Buescher right into this battle. And I didn't have Richmond circled, but I do believe that 17. He was on my list of Watkins Glen. You mentioned Sonoma, there's another road course. And congratulations to RFK in that 17 car, but you can put them on the...
How many races has it been for Chris Buescher? I believe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is race 24, so 23. So I believe we're looking at a 218 race winless streak for Chris Buescher. I could be wrong. That's 11 away, I think, from the all-time record.
To go here at Richmond. So Steve, the 4-team pitted with 104 to go in this race, 105 to go. Actually, they do have an extra set of tires because they didn't pit earlier on like those Gibbs cars. So I'm wondering now for the Gibbs cars, they're going to be able to run a little bit longer like Denny Hamlin right there.
1.3. He's chasing him down.
Gibbs cars, the strategy kind of coming together with 76 to go.
Yeah, well, that's what the 11 and Denny Hamlin is trying to use a little bit fresher tires. Marty mentioned 9 laps after the other cars, 9 laps after Chase Elliott. So Hamlin has closed that gap down now to about 5 seconds. The problem is traffic. I mean, he has fresher tires, but where's he got to go, right? The 9's in front of him, they're lapping the 38. So I understand the math is telling them when to pit, but it's hard for him to use those fresher tires to an advantage. If you see on the top, though, the 4 is pounding the 22.
1.25.
Second gap to Buescher is now 1.2.
1.2. They're still battling hard. Here comes the 17. Oh, Logano's going to be battling hard. That's just what Buescher needs. 1.089, 1.042, 1.022, 1.042, 1.45, 1.009, 1.010, .995, .979, 1.026. Okay, bad turn.
Carling separate the top two.
And then Logano got some good, better speed.
Eyesight to get by Chase Elliott, so he takes that spot away, and up to fourth goes Denny Hamlin. A little bit different strategy, not completely different, but he stayed out just a little bit later than the rest of the field.
If you look ahead of the 11, this is where the 11 has to make some hay. Look at that, clear track. You got to go. You got fresh tires, no traffic. You got to get past this 9 right here, get back in your rhythm, and get back to making time up on the leaders. The problem he has is the 47, who has even fresher tires, is now to his outside. So, you know, once again, the traffic is what makes all these strategies work or don't work.
Harvick's. Remember, it makes me think of Kansas 2020. Harvick could not get around Logano no matter how hard he tried. .886 to Buescher.
Even though he was able to get by Hamlin there, he's still multiple laps down to the leaders, which right now are only 15 on the lead.
71. I remember last year in the spring race, Logano was battling Hamlin pretty hard, and that didn't end well because the winner was Bowman.
That's 22. Logano talking on the radio there. Harvick almost to the outside. Corey LaJoie is in front of the 22.
That could hold them both up.
Logano gets LaJoie. The worst this car is going to drive. Harvick a good run right here.
Here comes Harvick. Logano moves to block. I hope they wreck each other. Here comes Harvick to the outside through 1 and 2. Logano still chops him off. Oh, but now I can actually see Buescher. Here comes Harvick. He dives in. Logano's going a little higher as they come out of 3 and 4. Buescher ever closer. Logano still holding on to the lead, but that 17's going to come soon. Here comes Harvick back to the inside. As they come off 1 and 2, they're side by side. Oh, Harvick has to drop in just a minute. He puts it back tight into 1 and 2. Ooh, a wiggle from the 22. They're coming off of 4. Logano holding on for his life. Can Buescher catch up? He's less about 3/4 of a second behind them. Among them is Ricky Stenhouse. They switch lanes. No, he can't. Or maybe he will as they get off of 4. Stenhouse is going to chop them both. But Harvick takes the lead, and I think at this point Harvick's just going to run away with it unless something drastically changes. Stenhouse is the much faster car considering his tires are much newer than the rest of the field. But I think Harvick and Logano need to continue battling for Buescher to catch up. And now, okay, Buescher is catching up to Logano now. Now the question is, can the 17 catch up to Harvick? The 77 kind of bouncing up the 19, it looks like. That's behind the 18.
With powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer.
Well, is this fixed yet? No.
Order for a Sonic Churro shake. I got the ice cream. Sprinkling the cinnamon sugar and adding a churro on top.
Ready with the Sonic Churro shake.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars.
Buescher still stuck behind Logano, and Bowman on better tires trying to regain some laps.
Right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is.
Buescher, it's like 218 races since his last victory. And actually, 219 races since then. This is his 218th. He's had 218 winless races.
What? I was talking about the types of chicken.
Come on, you know I love all my chickens. He's a really sweet kid, though.
Did you just fist bump?
Here's to those with
My God, so many lapped cars in the way as the 17 trying to get past the 22 as the 4 starts to fade away.
networking events and Zoom sessions.
Here's to those with summer jobs.
Yeah, Harvick at this point is checked out.
Ram, built to serve.
Every dollar counts these days. So take it.
Imagine just Buescher screaming inside. You're like, no. Even though Hamlin is now caught up, Buescher coming into pit. Trying to jump everyone else on the pit cycle.
Out of a lot of traffic back there just to make that happen. They wanted him to come. At that point, he was like 3 wide on the outside, nowhere to go. He had to woe this Mustang down so he could get down to the bottom line and get it rode up so he could get on pit road safely and cleanly. Buescher will take on 4. Next up,
Oh, the tire. Harvick goes into pit as well. Buescher makes it out with a, I don't know. Buescher at a 10.3. Keselowski, Harvick, Logano, Elliott, Almirola on pit road. Harvick at 9.9. Keselowski 11. Byron and Cindric on pit road. Almirola 11.5. Logano, if he gets a great pit stop, 10.0. Elliott 10.6. Buescher leapfrogged Logano. Kyle Busch and Harrison Burton on pit road, but Buescher has leapfrogged Logano, and that may prove critical with catching up to Harvick. Chastain, Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace.
Ross Chastain, the next one to make the move here. Can this Chevrolet make something out of a day that has gone the wrong direction? He'll take on 4 at the end here. He's got stickers left to do it. And with 56 laps to go, we'll get the most of the good out of it again, partner.
It's also on pit road here, just coming that drive off later of the run as he pulls away with 4 good tires.
Harvick has unlapped himself.
Say he needs to pit about lap 352. That's about 8 more laps. But Dave was letting us know that would be the last set of Goodyear tires for Hamlin. You get a late yellow, you don't have tires to put on. You have no choice. So while they may not love the idea, they could consider. Gamemark could say, you know what? We're going to just continue to run.
Well, 6 away, Steve.
So they are going to put it, and that's the last set, right, Dave?
That is correct.
So now the problem the 11 has is this is a stretch that's
Buescher coming up on Harvick, although Buescher's going to be definitely always behind Kevin Harvick if he wants. So he will have to rely on a good caution. The 17 rocketing around.
Buescher going around Jimmy Hamlin with fresher tires, but he also got around Joey Logano. So in that sequence, 17, look at the gap. And he's
Yeah.
on the 22.
Buescher unlapped. He's 1.9 seconds behind Kevin Harvick. 2 seconds behind Kevin Harvick. We'll see if he'll be able to catch back up. Or to give himself a fighting chance. Larson pitting.
Larson was really slow down the back straightaway.
Gives up 5th position to come down pit road now. This car went so loose. He was having such a hard time controlling it. So they'll try to make an adjustment here to make it better for Kyle to get to the end.
Blaney pitting.
Hasn't gone the way that they planned it.
Stop goes. And Marty Blaney's out there.
Yep, 52 to go. Red final set of sticker tires for Ryan Blaney. He has not had a lot of answers for Jonathan Hassler in that.
The gap now 1.4 seconds from Harvick to Buescher.
Weather change here at Richmond as well. That might play a part in it. Mark Trix here coming to pit road. Final set of sticker tires for him as well.
1.25. 1.3. Okay. So now you can see where it's fluctuating. Between more on 1.2 to 1.3.
So early in the run. 50 to go. Truex with the final set of Goodyears.
Still staying out is Hamlin and Bell. The last were on pit road at lap 304.
And while all this is happening, Christopher Buescher is running down the 4 cars.
1.3. 1.4.
His 4 car
Make his way through lap traffic very effectively. He can see that 4 car, the gap 1.3 seconds.
Two separated right now by 1 second.
It was 2 seconds, and Chris just getting through traffic a little bit better.
Oh man, I just imagine my friend would lose it. 1.3, 1.26, 1.3. Hamlin pitting. That's gonna cause the margins to even up more.
Giving up the lead, and on pit road, the 20, Christopher Bell also has come to pit road. Parker.
Right, as we see these Joe Gibbs racing cars finally hit pit road here, led by Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. 4 tires, Christopher Bell misses not his last set of stickers. He will still have another set of stickers after this game.
We have 48 laps to go. Gap is 1.2. 1.258. It was 1.1. 1.149. 1.135. 1.164. 1.2. Yes, but that margin is steadily shrinking. Now it's in the 1.1 to 1.2 range. 1.074. 1.061. 1.055.
They do not look front and rear like they used to. Once the tire they're supposed to key off from, which is normally the rear, when it's on, the jack drops. Luckily, Denny probably could see.
0.943.
So let's see as we come around. You gotta see the left rear happens to.
Hold on a minute. I gotta pull out the microphone for right for the end. If I can find the damn thing.
Without that tire on the car. But timing definitely hurt. The Jackson reached back with his left hand, must have twisted that. No, that's a drop. Okay.
Ah, forget it. I'm not gonna. Oh, wait. Here it is. 0.843. 0.875. 0.839. 0.816. 0.809. 0.835. 0.856. Oh, God. 756. And look who's ahead of Harvick. It's Brad Keselowski, the teammate to Chris Buescher. Oh, he moves down the block. Being a good teammate right there. Can it happen? Can it happen? Buescher is there. Less than 50 laps to go. Oh man, Buescher getting so close. Can he seal the deal? And my dad's calling me. Wonderful. Yes, Dad. What? No, the race. I'm streaming.
USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join. We lost part of our forest to fire several years ago. We decided to stay out of the cover.
Here comes Buescher. He's on the outside. Oh, he's going to try and split Zenos. Oh, my God. He is right to there. He is so close. Buescher trying so hard. Oh, my God. Roush has not won a race since 2017. Oh, my God. That was Stenhouse at Daytona. I need to make sure I have the stats. I've said 218 races in a row without a win. All right, 23. Yeah. He's so close. 40 to go. Come on, man. Come on. I want 16 winners. I don't care who it is. I thought it would be Truex. This is going to disrupt the bubble again. Oh, my God. And up ahead is Harrison Burton. Holy shoot balls.
Presented by Toyota, Chris Buescher putting the pressure on Kevin Harvick now as he runs just within 0.3 of a second of race leader Harvick.
No,
And now so much traffic that they've got to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's been an advantage for
Buescher. For the most part.
Harvick's had a little trouble getting to the traffic, but Chris was able to make that work for him, but not able to.
Right now, it looks like Harvick's actually having a bit more of the advantage of getting through it.
Pressure tires for
Yeah, it might not make mistakes, but it's a 17 car better.
Right on the white line, right on the yellow line. A little bit of grip on that little yellow paint there. Keep the car turning, keep it rotating.
Well, either way, it'll be Harvick, after going 65 races without a win, going back-to-back to lock himself in definitively, or Buescher pulling off his first win in over 5 years, over 6 years.
That's his goal, right? The 17th pathway in is a win, right? He doesn't have enough points.
Only Truex is the only driver that can lock himself in on points that isn't in the playoff position already. Here comes Chase Elliott going for third spot, the points leader, looking to lock himself in as the regular season championship if he can win. As long as he can gain 4 points on Ryan Blaney, he's currently 8th. I mean, he's currently 8 positions ahead. He will be the regular season champion. The gap between first and second is now, okay, 0.596, 0.578. This is them going through 3 and 4, so the gap shrunk quite a bit. When they come off, it's going to be, all right, we'll see what it is, 0.623. What Buescher needs is for him and Harvick to run into more cars ahead of him. And they are coming up on a small pack. Well, a little wiggle, I think, by the 4 when they're going down the backstretch.
And that takes some discipline to wait and then wait for the exit to work. But think how Chris Buescher's weekend started. They failed technical inspection 2 times. NASCAR says when that happens, you have to elect.
No top 10 finishes in 12 Richmond starts. 3 top 10s in the last 8 races with 6 top 10s this season.
Extremely well here. Took you the win. The 16th of the year. Different driver, buddy.
Yeah, that would be an incredible day. Then I go back to the pre-race show and think about what Kevin Harvick told you, Jim. You have to be so patient, even for a veteran driver, a former champion, not to get back to the gas too quickly here. Richmond, you'll burn up your rear tires. Harvick has been so
Also, Buescher from Texas, the last Texan to win in NASCAR, was Bobby Labonte in 2003.
Probably not going to get the mistake from Harvick. Harvick's going to be, he's been here, done that, over and
I don't wonder if did Buescher lose his last chance.
A lot too is timing. When they get up to these slower cars, the lap traffic up the racetrack, Harvick went there, and that opens the door a little bit more for the 17 of Buescher to close the gap.
527, 0.505. 59 wins, 2014. Yeah, Harvick was looking for the big 6-0.
I feel like the 17's opportunity came and went. I mean, that little group of cars that slowed them up and made the battle pretty tight.
Is gone.
It was his opportunity. I think Kevin now will be even more so on the defense for anything like that to happen again. He will not present Christopher Buescher with that chance. There's 30 laps to go. Here come the 29. Yeah, Chris has good speed.
The 29. There's no 29. Oh, going to 29 laps to go. That being said, they're talking about that. Buescher's margin is getting lower. We do have some more lapped cars coming up.
But both of those guys look really disciplined right now. You don't see either one of them sliding. You don't see rear tires spinning. 2 completely different lines. Buescher's actually been a little quicker the last few laps.
He has been. 0.458 now as they enter 1. 28 to go.
Every once in a while, Harvick will go up there and try the line that Christopher's running. A little bit up off the bottom of the racetrack. See it right there?
Next car to the lap is Bubba, who's actually the last car in the lead lap, so he might be more defensive in order to prevent himself from going a lap down. I think Harvick was faster that lap. Suarez. Suarez also might be on the lead lap. Come on, Buescher. Get there. Oh, Bubba moved down. That ruined Harvick's line. It looked like Buescher had a good but it looked like Buescher had a bad entry there. Well, the 23 is racing that 4 hard, or at least a little harder. Next is Suarez, who is not on the. He was one lap down in 20th. 25 to go. This has been a good race. Buescher taking the high line.
Buescher's putting into search. You know, sometimes you see drivers get a little tunnel vision if he's stuck. He is anything but stuck. Now, it hasn't seemed to provide any fruit right away, but man, he's at least up there searching.
It was a week ago. Kevin Harvick showed that you don't doubt the 4 team. Rodney Childers.
My friend, I guys remember the pins and needles. My friend Aaron has to be on. He was in chat yesterday.
Winless streak and put himself right in position to win another championship. He and daughter Piper were able to grab the checkered flag and celebrate together.
Harvick gets past Daniel Suarez. Buescher still has not passed Bubba. It's so weird hearing him say Christopher Buescher. It's Chris Buescher. It's Christopher Bell. This is all going to hurt Buescher's chances. Unless he gets a caution, then all bets are off.
Buescher looks to the inside now. Daniel Suarez, but still.
He still can't get in. The gap's gone down. At this point, you gotta wonder: Buescher did Buescher's opportunity come and go? Little help from Larson. Buescher gets past Suarez, not fully clear yet. Now he's fully clear, but he's lost about a second to Harvick, trying to get past.
Now we've opened it up to a 1.4, 1.5 second lead to Chris Buescher.
20 to go.
The 17 team, it's like it's almost good enough to make the playoffs. And I'd have never seen that coming out of the race.
Going to be a bitter loss for RFK today.
Just haven't seen pace in this whole
Blaney moves up to 10th.
The addition of Brad Keselowski has changed things quicker than I thought they would. Improved this team faster. And I know the next gen car was playing field a little bit. I think everybody thought it would be with Brad Keselowski. Yes, and it's been Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher's been the one that's really been carrying this team. I think that's a great thing because I believe in Chris, and I think that Brad now sees the value in this driver as his teammate going forward. A lot of times, you know, like a coach coming into a new team, they
1.6. Yeah, I think this battle's all said and done. Bell passes Elliott for third.
You wonder what Brad might want to do with this organization in terms of drivers and all these.
Blaney won 6 points in stage 2.
But I like that he's wanting to stick with Chris
And 5 and say 11. So Blaney will have gained points, but we'll need to gain a shit ton of points at Watkins Glen and have Elliott have a bad day in order to not score.
You have to look in front of him and say, what a transformation the 4 team has made. Marty running up front after winning a week ago and now almost looking dominant here at the end of this race.
Yeah, it's not over, Rick. 16 to go. Chris Buescher still can pull this off, but yes, Kevin Harvick, impressive today. You know what the rest of the playoff field is saying right now, Jeff? They have given Kevin Harvick daylight, and here he is in the month of August, maybe coming through with a second straight win.
So Elliott would have to beat Blaney by 9 spots to take, to clinch the title. Elliott is, I think, 6 ahead. 15 laps to go.
Momentum is so important in every sport. And right now, it seems like the 4 team has it. 15 laps to go. Coming up on 14 to go. Rodney Childers. That right there, Rodney Childers could be jumping out of an airplane right now. And he's going to have the exact same emotion on his face that he has right here with 14 laps to go before potentially back-to-back wins for this team.
And as we go further through the field, let's look back to Chris Buescher and his one career win. It wasn't the late event. He was in the right place at the right time. But he hasn't had that race yet where he chased down the leader and took the victory. He'd like to get that here today. Parker?
Gotta take a miracle Christopher Bell, 3.5 seconds behind. He's driven away. Actually, the gap is now down to 1.1. He's grinded away, ground away, grinding away 1.1 seconds. Right. So by this, Ryan Blaney will be 117 points behind Chase Elliott, which is about where I think, which might have been the gap before. 12 to go. 1.3 is the gap back to Chris Buescher. Nine to go.
Laps to go. Bell has closed down to
2.2. He's been flying. Bell might actually catch up to Harvick and snipe a win here. If in order for him to catch up, he would need to get like more than 0.3 tenths a lap. I don't know, Bell's just been flying. Probably not going to catch him, but...
It's 2 seconds that he's back from Harvick. He's a half a second behind the 17 of Buescher.
The battle for second looms on. Buescher versus Bell. He did finish second in the spring race. You're right, Randy Bowman. 5 laps to go. That's 3.75 miles. Here comes Bell trying to make the pass on the inside of Buescher. He splits Buescher and Bubba. It's 3 Bs, and here comes Bell, bustling along the inside, running almost a mile an hour faster than Harvick. He splits to the inside. Bell to second spot. 4 laps to go at Richmond.
Just not going to have enough time to get there, but it's been an impressive drive for this 20 car to get all the way back up to second place. Things were going well early in the race, and then started losing a lot of positions. Oh, he needed to get by Cindric right there. He did not expect Cindric to get up the racetrack.
Gonna be 3 laps to go. He's not gonna make it up unless Harvick crashes or something. Unless Harvick flat tires, runs out of gas or some stupid crap. That being said, I don't know. Actually, that last Bell just gained 3 tenths on the back straightaway. 1.245, 1.221, 1.193. 2 laps to go. Bell did gain a ton of time. Here comes the 20. Is this going to happen? Wow. Harvick having to deal with that 20. Is he going to snipe it on the last lap through 3 and 4? Harvick has just 3/4 of a mile to go, but Bell is bearing down on him. White flag is out. Last lap at Richmond. The action track finally living up to its nickname. Can the wily 46-year-old do it? At least I'm pretty sure he's 46. Here he comes through 1 and 2. Bell screaming down the back straightaway in hot pursuit. As they come, Harvick 2 weeks ago, he was desperate, looking for a way to get into the playoffs. Today, through 3 and 4, he's going to definitively lock himself in. Harvick wins at Richmond. The Federated Auto Parts 400 goes to the number 4 Hunt Brother Pizza Ford. Harvick, Bell, Buescher, Hamlin, Elliott, your winner, your top 5.
He was just that close. But that 60 career wins ties him with Kyle Busch for 9.
Yeah, 60th career victory. A career spanning 22 years. First consecutive win since 2020.
Kevin Harvick won here the last time back in 2013. It's been 9 years since Kevin Harvick has won here, and you just heard Rodney Childers say, hey, thanks for getting us a win here. Well, that's Rodney Childers and the team getting a win. Harvick now his 4th time that he has won here at Richmond.
Momentum is real. There's a lot of very dangerous drivers you don't want to give momentum to. Kevin Harvick has some pump out this.
I would say this would be one of the more unexpected things that we...
Yeah, I didn't expect Harvick to go back-to-back.
After Harvick had such an incredible drought that was broken last week with his win at Michigan, and now he goes back-to-back. 29th win for Kevin Harvick after turning 40 years old. This checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts.
Good race. Good race. You know, they figured out short tracks with this race, with this car, finally. Because that was a hell of a way to end it. That last stint was great. Even though I fell asleep during the middle, I'm glad I woke up. Because, man, that stint electrified me.
As the smoke clears, Kevin Harvick at 46 years old will climb out as a 60-time winner in the Cup Series. Marty.
Rodney Childers wasn't kidding last week when he told me I feel better about our shot at Richmond than I do Michigan. Last week he celebrated with his daughter Piper. Today he gets to celebrate with his crew here in front of the Richmond fans at the start-finish line.
My man Chase is there. My man Brandon is there. That's Blue Jimmy 48 fan.
Wow, Kevin Harvick in victory lane for the 2nd week in a row. I mean, in all honesty, did you see back-to-back wins coming from this 4 team? I know you said last week if you doubt us, you don't know us. But did you see back-to-back wins in the cards before the regular season ended?
I didn't know. It's like I said last week. I mean, the cards have been running good week in and week out, and you see that we have a lot better understanding of what's going on with how we did adjusting on the car after the first run, and we're able to get our car handling a lot better. And I think as it got dark, the racetrack really came to our Mobile 1 Ford Mustang. So just got to thank Mobile, Busch Light, Gear Wrench, Hunt Brothers, Ream Ford, Xfinity, Morton Buildings, Easy Go, everybody who helps at Stewart Haas Racing on this 4-car.
Maybe a good thing it wasn't 401. Did you see Christopher Bell coming, and were you getting a little bit worried there?
Well, I knew he was coming, but I forgot to shift down the front straightaway the last time. I was not paying attention, and he got closer than he should have. So, I made a mistake there a couple laps doing the same thing. I wasn't shifting on the back, and I was shifting in the front, so there was a lot going on, and made a couple mistakes, let him get too close.
So, Kevin, with this level of momentum for you and the 4 team, how dangerous can this team be in the playoffs?
We're just going to keep doing the things that we're doing, right? I think we just have to...
Harvick might be the new sleeper, the dark horse to make it to win the championship. The one that got away in 2020 might come back in 2022.
Better in qualifying yesterday and do the same thing over and over. I want to say hi to Piper and Keelan, Delaney, and everybody home.
They're going to celebrate back-to-back wins. Rodney Childers, Kevin Harvick. They put Ford and Stewart Haas Racing in victory lane here in front of these fans at Richmond.
That's right, Marty. grabs the checkered flag. We'll be here until the top of the hour for NASCAR America post-race show. Talk to quite a few drivers.
Alright, anyway, that's going to be all for today. I should go get dinner and do some stuff. Thank y'all so much. I mean, not a lot of people came out to this one, but it did not. I'm just glad it did not. Didn't hit 250, but you know what? I started this late. We're so tantalizingly close. 700. And thank y'all so much for coming out. This is BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one. See you next week for Walk.